All right, so welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about the Pixel Buds A series. Now, you may be wondering why I have this Buds pre-opened. It's because I'm recording this from my phone. I already had a video set up for you guys. It was sounding really good too. And you know what happened? The sync option popped up for both headphones on my phone and on the tablet, and it completely stopped the video. So I'm recording this for the third time, and hopefully y'all like and appreciate this video. Okay, this is the third time. Third time's the charm, I guess. So anyway, today we have the Pixel Buds. We're going to talk about the Pixel Buds A series. You can find these at Best Buy for $99, or if you're anywhere you purchase a Pixel phone, I can't say anywhere, but wherever you go to the website to purchase a Pixel phone, you can find these for $100. Now, bad news, they don't have transparency mode, and they do not have active noise cancellation. But what the headset does is it does have a few features that actually allow you to change a few things up to accommodate you in that aspect. And we're going to talk about that now. Then we're going to go into the specifications, the sounds, and how does it, how good do they sound? So first things first, they do have in-ear detection. The reason it's off is because the headset is closed. You have your firmware updates and software updates right here. Your EQ, you could change it. You put bass boost is what I really suggest because these headphones don't have extreme bass, let's say, as the Galaxy Buds. No, I'm sorry, wrong Buds. As the Beats Buds for those that are so used to them. Because I'm just talking about new Buds that are out that people might be purchasing currently. But with bass boost, it will give you that oomph that you need, even though it won't make it feel like your headphones are exploding. See, the problem with the Beats Buds were that when you had the equalizer on, or just equalizer off, it felt like your headphones were struggling, even if they weren't turned all the way up. And that's not good for longevity when it comes to headphones. That means they're cheaply made and they didn't really do a sound check. But again, to each their own. Some people like that heavy bass. For me, I like everything to be heard, my mids, my highs. It doesn't have to be an extremely high-end headset, but I do want it to work very well. So we have the EQ based, we have adaptive sound. Again, this is all settings when you sync your headset because there's an actual app. We're in the Google Pixel app right now. That's what I'm showing you. You do have tap controls. So you tap once to pause. You have the option to change tracks, triple tap. Next track, double tap. Previous is a triple tap. And it looks like you could change that a little bit. You tap to answer, just one tap. Thank God for that. That double tap is terrible. End call or reject call. You end call to double tap. To reject the call that's coming in, you tap it 3 times. But typically, if you have your phone in front of you, you could just ignore the phone call, however you choose to do it. Now that you've seen the app, we can definitely get out of that. So what I'm going to do now is show you the actual headset itself. It does use I'm all over the place. Remember, it's the morning, guys, so cut me some slack. It does use USB-C. So if you're an Android user and you have a semi-up-to-date phone, typically every Android phone uses USB-C. Micro USB is a thing of the past. USB-C is the way to go, especially with different speeds and download speeds from your PC. It really depends. It has many uses. So right here, you have USB-C. On the back button, I'm sorry if you can see it, it's a little, there you go. So there's a little button here that actually allows you to sync it. That's what I pressed before when the video first started, and it paused my other one. Right here is the headset itself. So what I'll say is they do have wingtips. Now, typically, I know there's a lot of people that have smaller ears. My wife is one of them where she can't use AirPod Pros. The AirPods themselves kind of cut the inside of her ear. The Beats Buds did work out for her, but she didn't care for the call quality of the sound. And in addition to that, she couldn't use Galaxy Buds Pros because they're a little bit bigger than the regular Galaxy Buds Pluses. At least certain areas where they fit in your ear feel differently. So currently she's using the Galaxy Buds Plus, but I let her use these for the day, and she loved them. Now, what I will say is, like I said, with the wingtip, typically I'm not a fan of wingtips, but with this, the cushion, it feels really good. It's really easy to use. The tips right here actually have a large tips on. Now, they come with medium. They come with small tips. I'll show you that, what comes in a box. But I always switch it to large for this particular pair because they seem to be, certain cuts, normally medium is the way to go for regular size ears. But I had to use large because it didn't fit the way I wanted it to. It was extremely comfortable, but a lot of sound was leaking out, meaning I could hear a lot of my background when I used the medium tips. But for the large, it can fill my entire ear canal, and I got that bass that I wanted, that I typically get with any headset. All right. So with that being said, this also does not have wireless charging. So you are going to need to make sure that you don't damage the charger port at the bottom because there is no wireless charging. What did they come with? Well, let's check it out. They come with the ear tips, which is actually inside this box right here. They come with the charger, which this is typically fitted right here in this little section, USB-C to whatever that is, A cable. I forget the exact term that they use it. To USB. We'll just use that. Very simple box. Doesn't come with much. Like I said, they don't have transparency mode, which I think with an update they can probably put that in without an issue. In addition to that, they should be able to, again, the application, show you here, does have it where you can do firmware updates. But currently, as of 2021, what's today's date? July 12th, 2021, the update, the firmware is up to date currently. Remember, these headphones haven't been out more than last month, June of 2021. So they're released fairly new. All right, so let's go into specifications. You know what? Did I do that already? It's okay, I'll do it again. I forget I recorded so many videos, I don't even think I did it again. So now we're going to talk about, they are IPX4, the parts that actually matter to people that have headphones. So if you're going to the gym, if you're going to, walk in the rain, not necessarily walk in the rain, but if you're in inclement weather, excuse me, let me turn that back on. It's a little sensor. All right, there we go. So if you're in inclement weather, yes, you don't have to worry about these buds getting damaged because they are water resistant. They're motion detecting, so if you pull them out of your ear, you put them back into your ear, it will pause your music. If you take it out, it'll resume your music when you put it back in if you're in a video or certain things. Same thing if you take it out of your ear and you put the bud, before you even put it in the case, it will disconnect and put you back in handset mode if you're talking to people. So you do have that feature. What else do we have here? We have a spatial vent. Basically helps with the sound. Passive noise reduction, which passive noise reduction and in-call reduction are typically the same thing, where if you're in a call, it tries to basically alleviate some of that background noise. Same in music. Again, it doesn't have transparency mode, but Google does do a good job with their software of kind of just isolating noise around you. Now, I will say it does pick up background noise during phone calls, but the call quality is actually very clear. Now, if you're in a subway, which I always do the extremes of sounds, construction, subway, things like that. My wife could hear me, but she said I sound a little bit muffled. But I will say also I use the Metro by T-Mobile, so that could be a reason also. But whenever I did have full service, which is mostly every single day, she said I sound pretty good. And even though she could hear cars beeping in the background because it doesn't have that noise suppression, it does do a very good job of just keeping that call clarity where it doesn't feel like you can hear someone else's full conversation as loud as yours. So that's a good thing. It does have touch controls. I already showed you that in the app. Tap once to play, tap twice to go forward, change the song, tap 3 times to go backwards. I'm sorry. What else do we have here? We have the silicone stabilizer, the silicone tips. We already talked about that. The 2 colors that these come in are white, right, as you see right here, and olive. So again, when you see another pair that comes in black or certain ones, those are probably the Galaxy Bud 2s, and they're typically cost between $179, I believe, at the regular price. But you can find them for like $129, $149, depending on where you shop. But I do suggest you get these, the $99 buds, the Pixel Bud A series, primarily because they're much lighter. The buds themselves are much lighter, and you won't get as much ear fatigue, if any, at all. Again, each size is different for each person, but they're extremely comfortable to me. I have no issues with them whatsoever. I could wear them all day, and I was very surprised about that. They do both Bluetooth 5.0. So if you're using these features, like you can read it right here. I'm just going to point to that because I don't want this to, stop my video again. Like I said, USB-C. 15-minute charge of buds will give you 3 hours of listening time. So you pop these in a case. Like I said, it has fast charging. And you'll get 15 minutes. 15 minutes will give you 3 hours of listening time, roughly about an hour or so of talk time, which still isn't bad because remember, you can use them independently, the left ear or the right ear. So you're able to alternate and still keep that conversation going. 5 hours of music. 2.5 to 3 hours of talk time. Now, just be aware that it's a mixture if you're mixing music and talk time together. So just be aware to just take your headphones, put it back in a case whenever you get a chance, let them charge up. So the next time you use them, you'll be good to go. All right, so now we talked about that. And like I said, again, this is the third time I recorded this video. We're finally getting to the part that actually matters. The impressions and the sound and the call quality and things like that. Now, what I will say about this particular headset is that the call quality is very, very good. Very, very good. Not top tier in terms when I compare it to, actually, you know what? No, let me correct that. Let me stop using that too. If I had to use these or the Galaxy Buds Pluses or the Pros, they're both perfectly fine. So I will say the Galaxy Buds kind of edge them out just a little bit in the call quality because they have the other features that help out a lot. But remember, I'm comparing this to the $200 Galaxy Buds Pros, and these do very well. They stack up very well. In terms of music, I'll give it about an 8 out of 10. Again, I would have loved noise cancellation so I wouldn't hear as much as a train, because I typically have to turn them up higher when I'm on a train. It does drown out all that noise, but again, that's where the ear fatigue and the swelling can happen. Not swelling, but just ear ache if you have music up too loud. Again, I had it at about 70% when I was on a train. It blocked out all that noise. Normally, I use over-the-head headphones just to alleviate some of that. And I use these typically for work or just walking around and just everyday use in front of my computer. So it all depends on your lifestyle. Some people just want one headset. And this does do a good job of just being that one headset, especially if you're going out, dinner, I'm about to say movies, anywhere you want to go. You keep one in your ear. I will say that this is probably one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever had in my ear, period. Of all the in-ear headsets that I had. They're more comfortable than the Beats. They're more comfortable than the Galaxy Buds. They're more comfortable than the AirPod Pros. And I'm naming high-end brands that you're typically going to see. They're more comfortable than a lot of the Anker Buds and JLabs also. These are extremely comfortable to me. Though I'm not sure if the wingtips can come off. I'm not willing to try that out because I like them. They're gel, they're easy to press, they're very soft. Some gel tips or wingtips are harder plastic to keep it in place. But Google did a very good job of making a small bud that fits in your ear, that's very comfortable, that should not cause ear fatigue. And if it does cause ear fatigue, saying like, to make sure that it's fit properly. Also, check the ear, these actually right here, the little wingtips, not the wingtips, but the little rubber tips. The smaller they are, what I notice is that they fit even better in your ear. The only issue I had with that is that I wanted that oomph and that bass that I typically get with other earbuds, so I put a bigger ear tip on it. But if you're not concerned about that, you're using it for more so productivity, there's so much media, stick with the mid-tier tips, the middle tips, you'll be perfectly fine. And they'll fit so snug, it fits amazing. Even when you do the shake test and I shake it around or I'm running around, they don't fall out my ear. They fit very well in the ear also. So if you're a woman and you're changing your hair or you're doing your hair, you're putting it in a ponytail, different things, putting a sweater on as a guy, a shirt, whatever it is, even with a winter hat, these work very well. I did those tests. I know in the middle of the summer, I put a winter hat on inside my house in front of the air conditioner to make sure that they fit comfortably and to make sure that the speaker wasn't muffled because the hat covers over your ear. They work great. Music, I'll be honest. Now, some people are going to say, oh, you're a bias, and that's fine. These sound better to me than what are those headphones that I reviewed recently? The Beats Studio Buds. These sound better to me than those. And the reason being is because you can hear a lot of your highs and mids much better. You can hear the music. If you're playing AC/DC, if you're playing, there's so many different artists you can choose from. Linkin Park and typical artists that I listen to, Linkin Park, AC/DC, Korn, certain bands. I can hear what the artist intended with these headphones. Obviously, there are better headphones than these by far. But we're talking about budget, name brand headphones, not budget headphones. Budget headphones that are of lesser brands can be cheaper than these and can yield better results at times. But again, with what Pixel offered for these, they're amazing. To be honest, I hope the next Buds do have active noise cancellation. I don't really use transparency mode like that. That's not a thing for me. But I do test it out for other people to let you know how it sounds. But again, if these had active noise cancellation, this would be the whole package right here to me. I like these. A little oval shape, a little weird to me. But again, they work very well. The case feels good in the hand. I will say that with this particular white, they get dirty very fast. Very, very fast they can get dirty. So make sure you keep them in a nice clean spot. You have a rag to just wipe it down because they do stain very easily. But on the other hand, these buds are very, very good. They have the call quality that I like. They have the sound that I like when you change the gel tips, which could be said with any decent earbud. What else is there? The battery life, it's a little something that could be desired. I kind of wish at least it had a 4-hour battery life in terms of talking, and at least 7 to 8 in music and in audio and just things like that. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It still works out very well. To me, this is the answer to the AirPods. And I know AirPod 2s are old. They've been out for years. But again, AirPod 2s are amazing headphones in terms of sound and like call quality. That's where it stops. Not battery life or anything else. But, you know, again, those work better with Apple devices. This typically works better with Pixel devices, but it does have app support under Android where you download the application. It syncs with your email address or whatever phone that you have. It remembers your settings. It's actually a very, very good headset. So hopefully I covered everything in this video. On the next one, in the next couple of videos, I ordered the Sennheisers, I believe they're called. They're the recent ones. Unfortunately, they didn't come to the house just yet because I had a YouTube viewer that wanted to see that, and I did order those. And when they come in, I will post that video when I get a chance to review them. I might have to reorder them and get a refund. But I am going to do a review these versus the Galaxy Bud Pros for those that are interested. Because again, I do a lot of mainstream headphones, typical headsets that you see every day in your everyday travel, whether you walk to a cell phone store or you walk into a department store. You know, I'm not going to necessarily do lesser known brands. From time to time, I will. But for the most part, I'm going to do brands that people trust and are aware of. So that way, you know, hey, you don't have to spend this amount of money for a headset just because brand loyalty says you should. You get what you like. You get what feels good to you, and you move on. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe. Definitely hit that like if you like the video. If you want to comment, I'm all willing to talk to anybody that wants to have conversation about buds, and we can go back and forth. Anyway, take care. Again, this is the third video, and I hope you appreciate it. See you in the next one.